That's how
right.
you start right there.
No, it's okay. I'll just cut this part off. Oh, okay. All right. Welcome into the Fieldhouse, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Max Paulson, alongside Jay Jacinto and Jett Nelson. Fellas, how we doing today?
Just another week, man, grinding and happy to be here. We got a lot going on. Rangers, of course, letting us down as always, but we got some NBA news, Game 7, so a lot to talk about. I'm excited.
Yeah, it's been a hectic week of sports. Even though there's no like football, still the NBA going on. You have college baseball, college softball going on, and then of course the Rangers. But it's been a really interesting week.
Yeah, the Rangers, they lost 3 out of 4, but the one game that they won is the one that I went to, and I got this fire jersey.
Yep.
Dude, this thing is sick.
That
I
does
love
look
this
really
thing.
cool.
It's a really cool jersey.
And then
But
tonight's
man,
the
that
bloody Nolan Ryan jersey, right?
oh, is it?
That's
I
what
don't
I've
know.
been hearing. That's got to be a cool one.
Dude, I really thought about going to the game on Wednesday because I had nothing going on in the evening. But then I was like, shouldn't be spending all the money. I'm going to go there, parking,
Yeah.
concessions, end up spending like $100.
hmm
I was like, I need to be smarter than that. But they won the game I went to and scored 8 runs in the first inning.
Yeah,
So
and then
I
they
was pretty
nearly
happy.
nearly ended up blowing the lead.
They did. Me and my friend Caleb were terrified. Like, they just kept crawling back in. We were looking at each other. We were like, man, they are going to blow this game. But they didn't. But they still blew the series. So
Yeah, I mean, I guess that's probably the best way to start off, like just assessing the Astros series in the week.
I mean, they went against 3 guys that had an ERA above 5 and only hit 1 well.
hmm
Yeah.
They let these guys go deep into games. Even the guy that gave up, what was his name? Jason Alexander, I think it was, who pitched.
Yeah,
I mean, he gave up the 8 runs or 9 runs, but he still went 6 innings. I mean, the Astros just kept them in.
yeah. They
But
said we might as well keep him in if he's
Yeah.
already given up all these
Can't get
runs.
any
they just
worse.
and
Yeah.
he locked in after the first inning. They had 1 hit from the second inning to the 8th inning, and it was an Evan Carter home run. And, like
Yeah.
you can say like all the great things the offense did in that first inning, but it disappeared after that, and then disappeared for the rest of the series.
Yeah, I'd rather see it last throughout the all 9 innings. Like,
Mm-hmm.
give me 2 hits in the second, give me 2 hits in the fourth. Like, just keep it rolling. The Rangers just can't seem to do that.
And then it doesn't help where in the finale game where okay maybe we can at least even up the series, go 2-2, that's fine. Eovaldi gives up, what was it, 3 home runs final? He gave up 3 total home runs. He's now officially given up more home runs this year than he did the entire year last season, which is, and we're not even in June yet. Like we're about to be, but like that's absolutely insane to think about how many long balls he has given up. It just feels like when people are making contact against him, it's going for extra base hits. He's on pace to give up, I think, 40 doubles and 30 home runs by the end of the year. It's absolutely insane.
Yeah, we have not seen good versions of Jacob deGrom and Nathan Eovaldi this year. They both have been giving up home runs at an insane level. It's like they'll give up 4 hits in a start, and 3 of them are home runs.
It
And-
normally seems to be in like the first or second innings as well. So you're just kind of setting the tone on a negative note, and then you're asking your offense to kind of pull things back together. And with an offense
They're
that's
not
kind of
built for
strung
that.
out, they're not able to do that.
They're not built for that at all. Yeah, I don't know. Have you see what I mean, I'm sure you saw Jett because it was on the fan, but CY came on talking about like the injuries to Wyatt and Corey and how that affects the lineup. Everything's like when your 2 best players aren't in the lineup, but even when they were in the lineup, I mean, Corey's hitting 180 and Wyatt was hitting like 230.
Yeah.
They weren't producing, and honestly, their replacements have been a lot better than they were. Zeke and it's
I mean, you can't really.
Alejandro
Yeah,
Osuna.
yeah.
Zeke and Osuna have both been playing much better than Corey and Wyatt were.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's just because they're more consistently in the lineup now. They're just getting that roll off more often.
Yeah, and I still don't have as much trust in Zeke maintaining this level of play throughout the whole year because we saw him do great in 2023 when we won the World Series, and then we saw what he did the last couple of years. I just don't know whether to trust this form or not. But Osuna, I kind of believe it a little bit more just because of his play with the Mexico World Cup, or not World Cup, but the World Baseball Classic team.
Hmm.
He actually looks a lot better, and he looks like he is a major league player. So I want to see him stay up for quite some time.
Yeah, I agree. I love his little walk up routine. He like taps both sides of the plate, throws back his shoulder, whatever. Everything. I remember watching the first time his debut there. I was like, dude, this kid's got swag.
He just
Hmm.
seems to
This
have a
kid's
little
got swag.
drive to him as well. Like,
Hmm.
I mean, we see Nemo like sprint to first all the time, but he just has that work ethic that I think is becoming a bit more rare.
Hmm.
Yeah.
And then shoot, like the tonight we have the Royals coming into town. Now this is a series where I think we're filming this on Friday, May, what is today? May
29th.
29th. So they start the series against the Royals. I believe it's a 3-game series. They have Mackenzie Gore on the mound. Now he's about how many starts into the season? 11 starts. I just want to get y'all's opinion on after 11 starts. How do you feel about the Mackenzie Gore trade as of now?
I think that we need to see more, but he's trending in the right direction. His last couple starts have been much better. He kind of started off a little rocky, had a good start, and then went back to rocky. But if he can consistently pitch like he has the last couple starts, where he's actually gone a little deeper into games, limited damage, then I think I'll see it as a good trade. But as of right now, I'm not completely satisfied with it, I don't think.
Yeah, I think we brought him in for the vision of him having better control in the strike
Hmm.
zone. Like that was the promise between getting rid of Gavin Feene and all that. And so until he does that, I mean, I love him seeing go deeper into games, but we needed a pitcher who can control the strike zone, get in front of hitters in the count, and that's just not what we're seeing yet. So, yeah, I'm not sure if I'm behind the trade 100%.
Yeah, and I think it's so interesting. He loves pitching at Globe Life. This year at home, he has a 2.63 ERA in 4 starts, has only given up 16 hits, 6 walks to 30 strikeouts, and batters are only hitting 184 against him. But you compare that to his road splits, he's given up a 5.81 ERA, 20 walks to 32 strikeouts, and he's still given up a 2.22 OBA. It's just really interesting how different of a pitcher he is home and away.
Hmm.
Yeah. I mean, Pitcher's
Yeah.
Park. Yeah.
And he's also been really good against righties this year. It's actually been the lefties that have been hitting him very well. Lefties are hitting 255 against him, whereas righties are hitting 191. And he's also given up more slugging to lefties and a higher OPP. I don't know what it is when he's going up against lefties, but that just hasn't been his thing this year.
Yeah, I mean, I have had high expectations for this pitching staff based on what they did last year, and they've not reached them in the slightest. I mean, all your starters have somewhere in a 4 ERA now, I believe. DeGrom might be still under a
I
little
don't
bit,
think I don't think
but
Rocker does. Rocker's below it.
Rockers of all people's ERA is below it.
He's at 396.
Okay,
Oh,
well,
are you-
around, close to around. Um, but I don't know. I mean, you had Evo before you got hurt, had like a 1.5 ERA last year. DeGrom in a full season through most of it had a solid ERA. I don't know. I think we're seeing the age catch up to both of those guys at least a little bit, especially when it comes to the home run production. Serving up a lot of meatballs, especially early in games like Jett was mentioning.
That was another thing I don't know
Um,
if we touched on all the way. Did you guys see the graphic where out of the top 10 people to hit home runs in Globe Life Field, Yordan Alvarez is number 10 with 17? I mean,
That doesn't
Josh
surprise me
Hader's at
too
18.
much.
I mean, he just seems to crush it in that park, and it's a pitcher's park. It doesn't matter; he just hits it a mile. So, but yeah, just serving him up. It was just sweepers right across the plate. It was some unacceptable stuff. I mean, eventually they intentionally walked him in a game where I think that was the win where they finally came around. It was like, let's not pitch to him this time.
Yeah.
Dude, that was the most frustrating part of the third game of the series is when they were winning the game, or it was tied in the 8th inning, and Tyler Alexander gets him to a 3-0 count. Just put him on base at that point. You're pitching to one of the best hitters in the league in a 3-0 count. Are we serious?
Yep.
With the game tied? No outs and there's no runners on. Just put him on first base and try your luck with Christian Walker. but to give him a 3-0 slider that like kind of hangs over the plate a little bit, and then he hits it out. I mean, he'd already hit 4 home runs in the series in 2.5 games, and then Skip's like, "Yeah, let's just continue pitching to this guy." No, especially in 3-0, you put that guy on base. You don't try to battle back against one of the best hitters in baseball in a hitter-friendly count.
Yeah, it also feels like we're kind of experiencing Skip Schumacher. Like, he is still growing as a manager. I think we should also recognize that, because he hasn't, even though he's managed before, it feels like, I don't know, it feels like he's really struggling to know how to manage this Rangers team. I don't know. That's
Yeah, I
kind
feel
of
like
the
that
vibe
was
I'm
one
getting.
thing. Like we talked about the players a lot. Like normally, say an NFL team hires a new head coach, you think about that impact. For some reason, with this Texas Rangers team, we just didn't really think, oh, Skip Schumacher, a new head coach, that's going to cause some growing pains, some issues. That just never seemed to be one of the main topics. We just thought, oh, Skip Schumacher, he's worked with Jake Berger before. You know, he's coming from Miami, experience, and so yeah, I'm surprised that didn't come up more.
Yeah. But, I mean, we might as well talk about it now. We're kind of getting to that stage of the season where trade deadline, trades are about to happen. Should we go through the roster and kind of determine who's a buy or a sell or a keep or whatever?
Absolutely, yeah. We
Yeah.
can probably start with the pitchers.
Yeah. So
You want my opinion? Sell them all. Sell them all. Start this team fresh. Build around Wyatt Langford. Build around Justin Foscue, Osuna, all of them. Maybe Evan Carter, Josh Young. I mean, build around those guys. These old heads, we don't got the time for them anymore. I think by the time this offense is fixed, they're not going to be as valuable to this team. So, but we can go player by player if you want.
yeah, let's start off with, I mean, should we trade Nathan Eovaldi?
It's gonna have to be a good deal. You need a young pitcher, kind of like Mackenzie Gore, a guy who, like, obviously we need to see him develop more, but someone who really promises control. That's what I think the Rangers need to see. Like, sure, you need one guy who can really go deep into the game, and then you need your guy who can really carve, really make batters afraid of him. I don't know if we have a pitcher who really does that with the slowing down of DeGrom and Evaldi.
Yeah, I think you get Devo out of here for a couple prospects. Get what you can out of them. I mean, you have to build the farm back up. You're going nowhere this year probably unless you have some sort of miraculous turnaround, but you got to build up the farm, because if you don't go anywhere this year, guys eventually start retiring, walking, and then you're kind of left with nothing because you don't have a farm system, and your major league team looks like a AAA team at times. Most times.
Is there a certain team you could think of off the top of their head that just needs kind of a stable pitcher? Maybe gives up a few home runs, but can pitch you 6 or 7 innings?
I mean, probably the Astros.
Oh, no, you cannot
Back
do
to
a
his
trade with
hometown.
the Astros. I'm sorry.
I mean,
Of
I
all
could
the teams in the division,
it's kind of hard assessing the MLB state right now, because it feels like all the teams we thought that could have been World Series contenders, like the Tigers, maybe even the Red Sox, they're all in the bottom of their division. So it's kind of interesting trying to see how to manipulate the trades this season.
And then you had a team like the Cubs, multiple 10-game win stretches, 10-game losing stretch recently. They just broke it. It's like no team seems to be predictable outside of the Dodgers. The Rays are up there for some reason. I mean,
Even the Braves.
Yeah.
The Braves have been really good. I could see us trading Eovaldi to a team like the Phillies, a team that still wants to compete. They're still in win now mode, but they need that extra pitcher. I could see EO easily fitting it, especially to just the atmosphere of Philadelphia. I feel like he really encapsulates that.
yeah, he can be reunited with his best friend Adolis Garcia. Is he still on the team or has he been DFA'd? I saw he was hitting like literally 200 with like a
they might have been
590
under
OPS.
200, yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
him and Marcus Semien are both hitting around 200 with like a sub 600 OPS, man. It's terrible.
Yeah, it's kind of sad. It's
Can you
really
imagine
sad.
what our record would be if those two guys were still in the lineup instead of Brandon Nimmo and like Osuna?
Yeah, it would
whatever.
be even worse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, it's kind of interesting to see how a team like the Nationals is going to work the trade deadline this year because they are terrible at home, 10 and 16, 19 and 12 on the road. They're now above 500 and they're fighting for a wild card spot, but they're nowhere near win now mode. So are they going to be
Mhm.
buying? Are they still going to be somewhat selling at the deadline? I have no clue. Um,
Yeah,
but
kind
the
of
fact
be an
that
interesting spot. I mean, you could see them adding that key piece, but I would rather them just stay where they are, keep the young core and build from there.
Mhm. And then everybody in the NL Central is going to be buying this year.
Oh
Everybody's
yeah.
above 500. Like
Yep.
that is the most competitive division in baseball,
Yeah.
which
The
nobody
worst
saw
team,
coming.
the worst team in their division would run our division. All 5 teams.
Yeah, the Pirates. Yeah.
Yeah. They'd run all 5 teams.
Hmm. Okay, next player I'm interested in y'all's take of whether we should trade or keep him. Evan Carter. I really want to know. Do y'all think the Evan Carter experience is
How?
done?
What would you get for Evan Carter realistically?
You probably could get quite a lot just because they've seen the potential and he still has a lot of
But
years of team control.
Yeah.
I don't think that you would get a huge haul for potential. I mean, the guy's hitting like 170 on the year, and he's had a lot of back injuries. I think teams are
Hmm.
going to kind of shy away from that because, I mean, yeah, he's young, but he's missed so many games since 2023 with like a lower back injury, and lower back stuff kind of never goes away. Especially when you're constantly swinging a bat and using your lower back over and over and over again.
And he's
But I
primarily in
don't.
center field. He's got to be
Yeah.
on the run a lot, and I'm sure that tightens up the
Hmm.
back a little bit.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I don't think that you trade Evan Carter, frankly, because I mean he still gets on base for you a decent amount, even though
Mm,
he doesn't hit the ball.
He
He
draws
works
walks a
counts
good
and
bit.
walks,
I
but
mean, his OBP is still like 310, or it's actually
yeah,
292.
yeah. I mean
So,
he's struggled a little bit in the last couple weeks, but yeah, it has been around 300 with the sub 200 average. So I
mhm.
mean he's still getting on base like 30% of the time almost.
and and moving, I'm interested, like, because we know we have probably, if not the best, one of like the top five bullpens in the
Mhm.
league. Should we start selling those bullpen arms to capitalize on their great season if we're not going to be competing? Players like Jacob Junis, Cole Winn,
Yes.
maybe, but Cole Wynn's kind of young.
I
Jacob Latz,
Jacob
Tyler
Latz, that's who came to
Alexander.
mind for me. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if I want to move on from Lats because I really think Lats can turn into your closer of the future. Um and finally be that stable closer that the Rangers haven't had for a decade. Um Everyone else I think I'm fine with getting rid of, but I think Jacob Latz should be an untouchable, if not the only untouchable on your entire team. Um
Tyler
Interesting.
Alexander really seemed to stand out to me for the first month and a half of the season, but I'm kind of seeing a decline. We're seeing errors on the
mhm.
field, a lot of walks in the past few games. I would have feel like he had a bit more value. You go back a month ago, but yeah, but for Latz, correct me if I'm wrong. Didn't he really plan to be a starter
Yeah.
not too long
Yes.
ago? So I would love for him to be our closer. He really seems to fit in those high leverage situations, but I don't know if that's where his heart's at.
Well,
Yeah.
it's going to be.
Yeah, he's the money. You better.
But I mean, even whenever you put him in a spot start like he did, was it second game of the year? Whenever Degrom got scratched, he went 4 innings. I think 1 hit, no runs. Like he can literally do whatever you want in the
Yeah.
pitching staff.
Jacob Latz, I think, is your best pitcher on your entire roster. He's just so versatile, and it
Ooh.
sucks. Yeah, that might be a hot take, and that might transition us into our hot takes here
Mm,
now. But I genuinely think just like versatility, like he can be a starter for you, and we saw it last year, multiple like 6 inning starts, really efficient. He can be your long relief guy if a starter goes short. He can be your closer. He's your high leverage guy in any of those scenarios. Um, and so I would say he's the best pitcher on the roster, just based on how you can use him.
I mean, that's definitely a fair argument to make. I just It's really hard to think about selling this team whenever we've been buying and adding so many years. And the trade of Semi into Nimmo this season, I really thought was going to be huge and really propel our offense. And even though Nimmo's been great, it feels like every other player that was good has dropped down a level. It's just the most frustrating thing.
And it's really unfortunate too because I mean even Nemo's not played as great lately and his average has kind of slowly been falling. But I mean Jock's hitting 250 now, man, and he's at almost 800 OPS. Like Jock is actually hitting the ball, and I really like him in the leadoff spot. He's really found kind of a home there. But it's just we don't have the consistent production anywhere else in the lineup. It seems like. I mean even Josh Young lately he's kind of been on and off. He either gets a couple hits in the game or he goes 0 for 4 in key moments. And Jake Berger, oh my gosh,
Oh,
dude.
don't
Those
get me
at bats
started.
last night, man.
How many bases loaded appearances can you give him? In
know,
right
man.
now?
I know.
Mhm.
But
And then they just DFA'd Andrew McCutcheon a couple days ago,
oh well.
and they signed Nicky Lopez.
Yeah. I mean, come on
Two
now.
thumbs up.
Yeah, and he's done absolutely nothing. He worked a walk, but that
Yeah,
was it.
And
I
maybe
mean,
He's-
not
he's
the
just a
next
poor-
room presence, but yeah,
he's just a
Nicky
poor
Lopez.
version.
Yeah.
He's a poor version of Josh Smith. That's literally all he is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's gonna be crazy, but let's do some hot take mania, baby. Let's get spicy with it.
Okay.
Get spicy with it. I mean, I guess my Jacob Latz thing kind of
Yeah,
was one.
Gotta
that's
stop.
definitely a hot take.
I can switch up the sports if you want to.
Yeah, go,
Go
for it.
for it.
I think this NBA tanking rule could ruin the NBA. I mean, when you look at how teams, we're watching the Spurs put it in action. You go back 3, 4 seasons ago, they were really struggling. They had to get some really high quality draft picks like Carter Bryant, like Dylan Harper, and now we're seeing Dylan Harper had almost, if not over, 20 points last night.
Mm-hmm.
So I think the tanking is how a team. I mean, teams are going to struggle. There's 30 in the NBA, 32 in the NFL. Tanking is going to be a pivotal part of how a team resurges. I mean, ups and downs are going to happen. It's life. It's sports. And now you're taking. I mean, I haven't looked at every single detail of the new tanking rule, but the main key was that the bottom team is going to be penalized, and sometimes that's how a team gets out from underneath the boulder. It's stuck. It needs to get out. It needs that high quality draft pick, and we're just taking it away.
I I get what you're saying. My only argument to that would be watching the Jazz multiple times this year not play their starters in the fourth quarter because they did not want to win. That is not only penalizing to the sport of basketball, to the broadcasters that are there calling the
Yeah.
game, to the fans that bought the tickets to watch the team play. Like that should not be in any sport,
Right.
any sport. And that is where I think the majority of this tanking comes in, is because of literally just the Jazz this year not playing their starters in the entire fourth quarter.
I forget exactly who they were playing, but didn't both teams get fined for like taking out starters, or was that two separate games? I can't exactly.
I want to say they were playing the Kings,
Oh
and
yeah, that
they
makes
were
sense.
both fighting for the number one pick this year.
Exactly.
And
So yeah, I definitely understand that completely. Like we're both coming from the same place. We want to see the NBA be better. We want to see every team compete. It's just so tricky. Do you think that maybe just going to the straight 30 through 1, like we get rid of the lottery, but that's kind of how that makes basketball exciting. Everyone tunes in for those lottery days, and it's just kind of something different. So I don't want to take that away. I just don't know what the perfect solution would be.
yeah, especially because the I saw, like, if Adam Silver deems it necessary, he can literally take a pick away from a team
Mm,
if he deemed that they are tanking too seriously, or like they are tanking. Now that's outrageous.
that's
You should
I
not
mean,
take a pick away.
Adam Silva's
Bro's
already
a
had his hand
basketball
in the honey
Nazi,
pot,
bro.
but
Like they gave him so much power, and if he really wanted to, he could just kill small franchises like the Jazz, like the Grizzlies. Like small market teams are in serious danger. Like if they are tanking or if they're just a bad team, they could get penalized just for being a bad team, which is kind of crazy.
And I could say we saw that with the Mavs. Like Jason Kidd's never going to be the coach to truly take players out of the game. I feel like, but we just kind of saw the Mavericks. They needed a true point guard to lead the team, and Ryan Nemhard couldn't really always do that, or whoever they tried to plug in. It was even Flag trying to run the one at sometimes. I mean, you just saw a team hurt with a major injury to Kyrie Irving, and a coach trying to keep it above water, and they just couldn't. I mean, and now our best hope is to maybe lose some games, roster management, and then you hope for a good lottery pick, and it didn't even happen. You can get 9 sometimes. So, I think tanking does need to be addressed, but something just feels off to me about the way they did it.
All right, I gotta hit y'all with an NFL hot take.
Okay.
Jay, I think you'll appreciate this one considering they're in your division. But I think the Chiefs will miss the playoffs even if Patrick Mahomes is healthy.
Okay. Now sell us on your take.
I think, they're getting Travis Kelce, that old man, is every year he's like, I'm going to retire, but he's really thrown it in this year. I mean, he's 36 now, I think, 35, something like that.
He's going to turn 36.
For a tight end, man, that's old. I mean, Rashee Rice and Xavier Worthy have dealt with injuries. I know they got Kenneth Walker, but, great.
I don't think a running back truly transforms a team anymore, too. I mean,
no,
maybe
not
Kenneth
really.
Walker, but I don't see it.
Yeah.
But even the Kenneth Walker thing, everybody's just buying into him just because of the Super Bowl. That was basically
exactly. And so they lost 2 cornerbacks in free agency, and sure they drafted Mansour Delane, but I mean, a rookie's not gonna immediately fill the void left by your 2 top corners. Their defense has gotten just older. Their entire team in general has gotten older. I mean, it's been kind of the same core with different players coming in and out since Mahomes has been in the league. But I think it's finally going to catch up with them, especially Mahomes coming off. Was it an ACL, Terry? Tore his ACL,
yes.
Right? Yeah.
ACL.
Coming off an ACL. I mean, he's getting older as well. I mean, I think he's still going to play at an elite level. But I don't know. I just think with that division, the Broncos are going to be better. Chargers, I think, are going to be better given health. The Raiders might even surprise a lot of people with how they've built this team. I mean, they very well could finish last in that division.
Yeah. I mean, the AFC West, in my opinion, even though I'm a little biased since I am a Broncos fan, is the toughest division in sports because all 4 teams are going to be extremely competitive this year with how much the Raiders rebuilt that entire team from bottom top. I think that there's no division better in football. And if you slip up a couple games here, a couple games there, you could easily finish bottom. And I could see the Chiefs doing that because, like you mentioned, they are getting older. They're not adding as much talent as they did in the past. Like they have their core, but outside of their core, they're not able to fill in their other roles because they still are a small market team. Like they don't have all the money in the world. And when you're paying Patrick Mahomes $50 million, Chris Jones $40 million, Travis Kelce is still going to make a lot on that 1-year deal. And then they just signed Kenneth Walker to that uber huge running back deal. They don't have a whole lot of money to spend right now. And they don't have the best wide receiver talent either. It's either just run straight down the field, hope Mahomes finds you, or just catch a little drag route. That's all their wide receivers are.
Yeah, I think you can see their philosophy as a team kind of show their confidence level. They're just kind of saying, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. We'll add a running back. I think you can just look at the intangibles. They're not playing with that same sort of confidence and swagger in the front office as we're used to seeing them doing. They used to say, we have Patrick Mahomes, we have Travis Kelce, we don't need to worry about anything else. We have a solid defense. And so now I think they're starting to see some holes in the foundation, and they're like, we'll try to plug it with Kenneth Walker. But I think even mentally, the Chiefs are just kind of aware we are not what we used to be.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, their O-line isn't even that good. Outside of Creed Humphreys, their O-line is kind of average.
Yeah.
Like, they're all just, like, okay. They're not, like, the best player at their position or even top 5 at their position. Outside of Creed Humphreys, I couldn't even tell you who their tackles are. I really could not tell you who the Chiefs' tackles are.
I can't.
I guess I'll give my hot take. going back to baseball, specifically with the Rangers, I think it's time that if the Rangers don't qualify for the playoffs, which they're most likely not, I think it's time to fire Chris Young. I don't know. It feels like that one World Series win was a fluke. You've seen him try to build a roster from that. No, nothing has gone good. Not a single player has come great since that World Series team. He's built the worst farm system in the league. um, I think you've given him ample opportunity, and you're. I know he hasn't had the most money to deal with, but even like the big blockbuster trades that he's made, like this Mackenzie Gore trade, where you get rid of your first round pick and other great prospects, it's not like the best player in the league. He's not the number one guy in your rotation.
Hmm.
I just, I don't think Chris Young is as good as we give. Or I don't think he's as good as people talk him up to be, and you've given him a lot of time. I think it's time to get a new face in there with new ideas, just a different philosophy. Because the fact that he's stuck with players like Jonah Heim, Adolis Garcia, I mean, even Zeke. I know Zeke's doing great this year, but I feel like a lot of people would have gotten rid of him already. I don't know. I just feel like Chris Young is a little too attached to certain players, and that could really harm a team, like we're seeing right now with the Rangers.
Yeah, I mean, I'm right there with you, man. I'm ready for Chris Young to be gone if the Rangers can't um, get past it. His decisions, I mean, really, the only decisions that he's made kind of hurt the team. It seems like
Hmm.
every single one. Um, Jet, do you have anything, or do you want me to go again?
No, I can chime in here. Maybe I'm definitely biased. I mean, a Ranger fan here, but for some reason, Chris Young is such a good speaker to me. I feel like the way he talks, like we can analyze every single decision, but he just seems like a good baseball mind to me. But I could definitely like you're saying the right things, Jay and Max. I mean, he's not presenting trades that have helped the team. He might be holding on to players, but he did. Now, the question would be, did John Daniels set up that 23 World Series team? That's kind of the question. Is that really the decision to bring
Yes.
in Bochy? So I could definitely see all those things, but for some reason, Chris Young does seem like a good GM to me. But I definitely am with you on maybe it's just time for a new voice.
I mean, the best bit of business that Chris Young did was signing Corey Seager, and obviously that helped you win the World Series. But he's had everything else kind of put into his lap. Like he had a really good conversation with Bochy. He got him to become manager. Boom. And then also in the draft where you got Wyatt Langford should have never been available at pick number 4. I mean, who else are you going to take there? Because Wyatt Langford should have gone in the top
Hmm.
3. He got lucky that he fell to 4 and made the obvious pick, and Wyatt Langford's going to be a star for the Rangers for the next foreseeable future, hopefully.
Is he? Yeah, because I mean, we
Hopefully.
keep saying that every year. It's like, hey, he's gonna have an MVP season, and then he gets hurt or something. I don't know. We
Which is
haven't
also
seen.
really weird. Like we got this brand new facility, the quote unquote best training, best recovery stuff, and every year there's just multiple back, oblique, side injuries. It doesn't matter what it is. There's
Mhm.
always nagging stuff, and it's either on the players, the facility, or the trainers. Something's got to change. Sorry,
Yeah.
that was kind of a side note.
No, no,
No,
you're
you
right
good.
on.
Okay. All right, bear with me for a second.
Oh no.
Tom Brady is not the greatest quarterback of all time.
I'd
Okay,
like to
I'll
hear
hear you
who
out here.
is.
But yeah, who is?
Peyton Manning. If we're looking at strictly arm talent and not accolades like Super Bowl rings and MVPs and other things, Peyton Manning, maybe even Aaron Rodgers, were more entertaining to watch as quarterbacks than Tom Brady was and had better arm talent. Tom Brady only won as many Super Bowls as he did because of the team around him. In
Really?
2001, the Patriots defense ranked 6th overall. In 2003, the Patriots defense ranked 1st overall. In 2004, 3rd overall. In 2014, 8th overall. In 2016, 1st overall. In 2019, 1st overall. All the Super Bowls he won with the Patriots, the lowest his defense was 8th. And 3 times they were number 1 overall in the league.
But why are you penalizing him for that? That's
I'm not
not his.
I'm
You
not
kind of
no, no,
are
no, no, no.
penalizing him for
People
that.
people look at the Super Bowls though, and like the arguments as, oh look, he's won 7 Super Bowls now, so he must be the best quarterback in the entire NFL. But I mean, it's a team win.
I'll
Tom
grant
Brady
you.
didn't win those Super Bowls.
I'll grant you one of the best head coaches in the NFL as well, Bill Belichick. But I think you're kind of thinking of how Peyton Manning was able to control the offense, given a little less talent, maybe a little less defensive ability on the other side. But I think we've seen plenty of situations where Tom Brady had 2 minutes and had to go down and score as well. I think he managed those situations really well. Always gave his team a chance to win. So, man, I hear you, but I don't think he beats TB.
In a lot of those years with New England, his best receiver was probably Julian Edelman. And don't get me wrong, Julian Edelman's a great slot guy, but he's not the one to win everything for you. Like he never had the best receivers on his team anytime whenever he was the
But I
head
mean, he
coach.
had the best tight end.
Yeah.
Well, yeah,
He
that
had the
obviously
most dominant
benefits
tight end
you.
of his
But you could
time.
also make the argument for that same case with Patrick Mahomes. He's had the best tight end, debatably, during his time in the NFL every single year of his career. And they've won, what, I think three Super Bowls, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
3.
So, I mean, you can't really penalize Patrick Mahomes for
Yeah,
that. It's
not-
just he has the best tight end in the league. And don't get me wrong, I love Peyton Manning. Of course I do. But also, the Super Bowl he won with the Broncos, he didn't have to do anything. The defense won him that Super Bowl. As much as Peyton Manning just managed the game,
Mhm.
and he obviously had great arm talent, one of the smartest quarterbacks we're probably ever going to see, the IQ level off the charts.
I mean, we could tell by his forehead how smart he was.
Exactly. He also, but when he was with the Colts, he had some of the best receivers in the game whenever he was playing with Harrison, with even like Reggie Wayne was also really good with the Colts whenever he was there. He was a great, great quarterback, top 5 in history. But I still think accolades, the 2 minute, just the clutch gene of Tom Brady alone and his relentless will to win and competitive nature, I think gives him the number 1 spot as quarterback of all time, which
Can
pains
I
me to say, but it's
can I give you one more statistic that I think puts Peyton Manning over the top?
go for it.
He has not kissed his children on the lips.
I knew there was going to be some form of off the field argument.
I mean, it's tough to argue with that one. Tough to argue.
Yeah, that
To be fair though, we actually don't know that. We've never really
Okay,
seen
well then
Peyton
the guy hasn't broadcast to the world that he's
Okay.
kissing his kids on the lips,
fair.
like
That's
Tom Brady
fair.
did.
Jet, do you have another hot take that you want to throw out there?
Man, I'm just kind of going off the dome. I should have prepped a little better. But it seems like the FIFA World Cup is not having this global impact that we were. Remember a year ago, they're like, the World Cup is going to come to the U.S. It's going to come to Arlington, to AT&T Stadium. You're not going to be able to get a hotel room. I kind of heard this buzzing around the radio, and so I took a few Googles. Hotels are over 75% open around the Arlington area. Maybe that's just Arlington being a little weird. I know Airbnbs aren't allowed by the stadiums, or even it may even be the whole city of Arlington. I know we're seeing some paintings around Dallas, but I mean, until I see the airport bogged up a little bit, until I see traffic get worse, I mean, not that we want those things necessarily, but I don't know if the World Cup is really changing our culture like it was promised a year ago. I mean, it's just kind of interesting to me.
I think for one with the Arlington area, I don't know if you've looked at our group stage games or the games that we're going to have to start. They're not exactly the biggest or best
No.
teams that are coming to play here at the beginning. So I think that's one argument. Two, political climate around America. We don't need to get into that. We're a sports show. And then third, have you listened to that World Cup song with Jelly Roll? Oh my
No.
God, the World Cup anthem with Jelly Roll. Because the World Cup has their theme
Yeah.
every year that they do it. Jelly Roll did the anthem. Listen to that, and you will realize people are like, this is the worst World Cup anthem of all time. It's a country song, but it's like It's like a folk mixed with country.
Mm.
It's really weird. It's called Lighter
Yeah,
by
and I
Jelly
feel like
Roll, and
when you're trying to advertise something like the World Cup, you need more excitement. I don't know if I want folk in there.
yes, I understand you want to make it Americanized, but you have to appeal to everybody. I mean, everybody knew Shakira's World Cup song with the whole "Waka Waka."
Hey,
Eh.
hey.
Yeah, like every single World Cup, it feels like the anthem is amazing. And of course, America, we choose to put Jelly Roll as our guy. Like it would have been
The
the
guy
perfect
that loses to
opportunity.
Logan Paul, bruh.
Yeah.
Yeah, literally. It would have been this actually would have been the perfect opportunity to have a Bad Bunny do a World Cup anthem. I feel like he would have been
But he
perfect
already
for
did
it.
the Super Bowl.
I get that, but this is
Give him one more.
I don't
Throw
know.
him out there.
I'm also gonna throw one more
All right,
out
and
there.
then we'll wrap it up.
Yeah, this might be a little biased for me, but Jalen Waddle will be the AFC Offensive Player of the Year. We know the potential that he's got. In a system where a quarterback like Bo Nix can throw the ball 80 yards down the field, Jalen Waddle has not only the yak ability, but also one of the best releases off the line in the NFL. If you actually take a look at his rankings on PFF, I think he's either in the top 10 or top 15 in terms of release off the line. And we all know the one problem with the Broncos is their best receiver is Cortland Sutton, nobody else. So now that you're adding another weapon to that offense, especially a guy that is completely different than every other receiver on that roster, I think there's an ability for Jalen Waddle to get like 1,200, 1,300 yards, double digit amount of touchdowns. And in a system where Sean Payton is the head coach, you could see Jalen Waddle go into the backfield and maybe get some rushing opportunities as well. Just be super dynamic, even maybe on special teams. I don't know. Jalen Waddle, I'm so happy that we got him. And trading a first for him is kind of insane because basically you're getting an NFL star wide receiver for a first round pick. Like that is way better than anything you could have hoped to got
Mhm.
with the 32nd pick or 30th pick in the
Oh
draft that we
yeah,
were going to
easily.
have. So I don't know. I'm really high on the Broncos this year, obviously, but I'm really high on Jalen Waddle.
Heck yeah, man.
Yeah, I can definitely see how that fits. I mean, Waddle's been plagued by bad quarterbacks in the past.
That
I think,
quarterback.
yeah, and then you put him on next to Cortland Sutton. Yeah, you're talking a good year for Jalen Waddle.
All right, well, that's going to do it for us here today on the Fieldhouse. This will probably come out on Monday, so enjoy the rest of your Mondays if you're listening to it then. My name is Max Paulson from Jay Jacinto and Jett Nelson. This has been the Fieldhouse, Episode 2. See you next time.
See ya.